incorporate the solution-focused approach, and the subsequent training was based. These are all from the revision of module. Teachers and others, the experts, they're making presentations. You can see the group tasks, resources available, things to change. Their PowerPoint slide on the back tells us. And the teacher, they are making presentations on this, right? So we can, you can see that frame, and the teachers, what kind of resources do they have, and what kind of goals they can set.
We developed a 4-day training module for teachers. So the first day, actually 3 days for the entire teachers, and the final day for the school-based counselors and class teachers. So the so that this is in one residential school where 70 teachers participated from 1st standard to 12th standard. And these are the different activities which children are supposed to do. So the teachers are going through the different activities based on the solution-focused technique. So the, different methods are used, and this is the video. Whether we will check whether it will play.
Okay. The day 1 of this particular training was on well-being and wellness of teachers and students, and the teachers. So well-being of the that we are focusing on the well-being of not only the students but teachers themselves, parents and students. So and we measured the well-being, wellness of teachers and students by the Hero Wellness Scale. If there is time, we can check our own. It stands for happiness, and E for enthusiasm, resilience, and optimism. So during the training program, the teachers on the day 1 measured their own happiness and well-being. And then, on day 4, it was found that their own happiness and their capabilities improved, right? That was within the workshop, but it's, after all, it's the approach that matters. And NESST is one acronym that we use in community interventions and school and college-based interventions. We'll give the expansion. N for what we eat, the diet, nutrition. E for exercise. S for sleep. And the next S is solution-focused thinking. And T is time. Time for self, time management, time with screen, family, friends, etc. So we brought in the solution-focused thinking as one of the major interventions and domains in well-being. These are the charts that we have used. And to measure well-being of students, we have used the student subjective well-being questionnaire. We are, in parallel presenting the research part also. That's why the tools come up in between. And these are the domains: the joy of learning, the school connectedness, educational purpose, and the academic efficiency. So, and the third day was for interventions, and one day was set aside to train the teachers on the solution-focused approach using the frames, the acronym. We can see the teachers presenting, the group work. The teacher is presenting
frames. That frames. So it is easy to communicate. That's the beauty of these pictorial models. It's in local language. They're speaking in
the goals and the resources here. And the day 4, the actual intervention, how teachers can do the intervention. Not only teachers, but the school counselors as well, based on this approach.
These are some of the pictorial models we use to teach that concept. We use an acronym again, another one called KITE. Know the child, involve others, train the skills, and evaluate. So these thermocol models are, we trained them and they made these thermocol models based on that. We gave case histories, and based on that case history, how to understand the child, who are all there to support the children, what training skills. So instead of problem, what do you want to train the children? For example, for ADHD, how to improve the attention. So these are the solutions rather than the problems of the children. So what to train the child, that's the solutions. And evaluation using that follow charts. These are some videos also, training videos in local language Malayalam. We are not playing it. For training, different steps are used.
This is a very useful, chart. Because practically, how you reschedule your day. An exercise with the students do as a group. Each one will have their own pie, and we give them that paper back so they can, take back those worksheets. And it's all done within the classroom.
So after reducing that, usually there is a big space for screen time. So to reduce the screen time to 1 hour and add exercise, time with your family, time with nature, or some breathing, relaxation, mindfulness technique. So adding, so this is what is the current pie chart, and then 24 hours new pie chart after the workshop, something like that.
So during the workshop itself, each student can have an introspection, and the change, they decide their own changes, what they set their own goals, and they set what is the first step for them to undertake that change. So we are actually, going by the solution approach at every step. And this, the workshop method, as part of the Dr. Valsa Eapen is a child psychiatrist. He's a professor. He's actually the chair of Australia, New Zealand, Child and Adolescent Psychiatry Division, the Royal College. And she's a professor at the University of New South Wales. And she was our mentor for the DHR project, and she's reviewing it. And you can see the module, the solution-focused wellness. So this is the module for teachers and parents.
Oh, that's good.
The visual explanatory one. These are the handbooks. A few photographs from school-based activities. We presented this solution-focused wellness curriculum as school-based preventive approach at the school education club. It's a national conference of teachers and one of the best paper awards. You can see the education minister, finance minister, education secretary, etc. So integrating, it's getting published in the education department's journal as well. So that's one of the activities. Another that's upcoming is the ICMR multi-state implementation research study on suicide prevention and improving well-being in their, as part of any program, which talks about mental health, should focus first on well-being. Let's talk about well-being first and then the other intervention, because implementation research will be that approach. I think in today morning there was a Cathy and Moon, right? Both of them had a session on research, and it may not be the actual RCTs and all, but when we have evidence, implementation research is one of the approaches in research where we can generate evidence. And I think these are from the interventions in college. Very recently, one of our students, she's a medical student, Brinda Stanley, one of our fourth-year MBBS students at Government Medical College, Colombo, where I work. So we conducted, she also did a small implementation research on this solution-focused wellness intervention to improve well-being of medical students in the medical school, the university that we, you can see Dr. Arnoud making the presentation over there. It was done as a workshop with quiz and marks. These are all the students and the faculty who attended. We've evaluated it, and she's going to present and publish it. There is a difference. We use tools. There is a significant change in the well-being. And more importantly, we have evaluated by qualitative techniques. And one of the responses from the student, one student is joined as year one, was that, he was so stressed with the first internal assessment exams and all when this workshop came. And then, actually, when I did the workshop, I used the example of, what should be done. The situation taken was that, the exam dates are announced. What should you do? So we went by the frames, future, right? For all of them, the goal was to pass the exam and resources available. We don't actually, students may not really think about the resources available when there is a stressful situation. So that kind of a workshop really encouraged them to think positive. I'm just quoting one example. I'm sure all of us who work with solution-focused interventions will have our own examples. These are all from the school and college well-being settings.
Right. Here also for the medical students, the initial was the qualitative phase. So we divided these 100 students into 10 groups, and each group were given this task. So in NESST items, in the nutrition, exercise. So we asked them to what is the current score based on the scaling, 1 to 10, where do you stand? And what are the steps to be taken to improve nutrition, exercise, based on the resources available in the
solution thinking is there
the college campus and all. So these sort of that solution focused ideas were given to generate solution for improving well-being. So this was the initial qualitative phase to generate ideas to implement in the implementation phase. These are the using that frames. So we presented like something like a new frame. The important questions are there. The initial future, what difference or change you want to do in this NESST tool to improve well-being, that different areas, and what are the resources available in the campus. If everything is settled, what difference it will make, what change will be observed by others, that miracle question, and what are the success stories. Previously, they were involving in exercise. After coming to medical schools, they stopped all the exercise, physical activity because of the heavy syllabus and many exams. Every week or every month there are exams. So they stopped all the physical activity. So this kind of, they're stimulating and encourage them to stimulate based on that frames concept. And finally, that there is a scale given in the middle. How do you, in the well-being, where do you stand, and then how to improve that. And we gave a follow-up. This scale was given for a daily follow-up, whether they are doing exercise, whether they are following the diet. We recommended half of the plate vegetables and all. So like that, all of them may not be following, but there are definite changes after that evaluation.
Yeah, some of the informal feedback was that, the diet has changed a lot because, we had in the training, half the plate has to be fruits and vegetables. Actually, the cereal intake need to be restricted to less than 1/4 of the total plate, and, such intervention. So incorporating the solution approach in the overall well-being, really is useful. And we presented to summarize why focus on well-being in schools and colleges, our experience with the research projects and some of the governmental programs where we are involved. And on a research side, we presented the solution-focused wellness framework and the research evidence. Thank you very much. We acknowledge the Department of Health Research and the ICMR for the research, Departments of Education, Health, Women and Child, Government of Kerala, Mr. Arnoud Heubers from the Solution Center, Netherlands, Dr. Valsa, Eapen, and Dr. Simon Rosenbaum, both from the University of New South Wales. Thank you very much. I think, Sylvia, it's shall I stop sharing it or?
Yes, I guess. Thank you for sharing the presentation. If anyone has questions, maybe, or would you like to add something? I'm checking if there is any questions in the comments.
Something?
Hello. Hello, Pravali.
Hello. First of all, I'd say I really admire your work. I admire how much it supports both students and teachers through a social solution-focused lens. I'm also from South India. I'm based of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, and I believe it's really important to be practicing this in schools because it's best to instill positive mindsets and approaches to students from a younger age. And as a high school student myself, I wanted to ask if there's any way that we could get involved or learn from your model. Is there any way to any resources online so that I could maybe spread the word in my school as well?
Great question.
Thank you, Pravali. Thank you. We can consider that, Pravali. We have given our mail ID and
one thing is the RC, as part of the RC project, we extended into Pondicherry also. Before COVID, we started in 15 schools in Pondicherry. Now it is extended to 50 schools. So this is replicated. This is possible to replicate in other schools and outside the Kerala. The only thing is we need a full cooperation of the education department. Unless they own the program, we will not get the space for introducing it into that system. Only then we will be able to, these teachers should take that concept. Otherwise, we are going into school as an external agent, something like from the education, instead of education, we are going from health department, police department, social justice department. So education department should run this show. This is part of this teacher's role to address the well-being, positive mental health. And it will definitely improve the academic performance also. They are worried about the syllabus and academics only. So that change should happen. And in Kerala, we are trying for that space and incorporating into system. Then only that schoolwork will happen, that change will happen. Otherwise, it will limited to the research only. There is a difference in the implementation. When without research, it should be part of the system, and that sustainability is more important. Yeah.
I definitely believe that mental health should also be very much involved in the education system.
Yeah, regarding the online, I think we'll share our mail ID. So please share, be in touch, and when we consider conduct an online training, and there's also a question on this. We are writing it up, the frames and the NESST. So surely it will come to the public domain. We'll share.
Thank you.
Do you work with the schools, Pravali?
Actually, I am the mental well-being student lead in my school, and then our school is very much mental well-being approach. We take a lot of initiatives for it. So I thought this would be a very good first to integrate with the school, with the students as well. And since we're also based in South India, I think it will definitely be good to integrate it.
We'll I'm giving my mail ID again in the chat. Please be in touch. We can actually.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And initially we were working only with the government. We are all working in the government system. We were working only in government schools. Recently, after COVID, we started working in private schools also. The video we showed was actually from the private school. And now there is a separate parallel system for a module for private schools also. That can be incorporated into other institutions also. We will share that contact also.